He was on that show. Remember Travis, our friend
Yeah.
Travis? Him and Dylan
Drunkcast.
ran Drunkcast, and then I was on Drunkcast for a long time. We never got you on. We should have got you on. I think we
Oh,
talked
hey,
about
guess
it a couple
what?
times.
So, what's his name? Travis?
Yeah, Travis.
Is
Hold
his
on.
house okay? I remember that day that we hang out.
He thought his house was on fire.
Yes.
What?
He got a call. There was a house on his on his street was on fire.
How long ago was this?
This was before times. It was before COVID. It was like 2019, right?
So
It was when we
should
went
be
to see.
okay
Was it
by
when we
now.
went to see Jawbox?
Yes.
Yeah, it's when we went to see when Jawbox played.
The Mohawk or
Mohawk?
something.
Yeah.
Yeah. the
Chucky,
Mohawk.
you and
Yeah.
me are supposed to be at that thing right now. The
What?
Stoner Rock thing.
Oh
That's
yeah,
right
yeah, I
now.
know. But it seems like we didn't go.
Well, there's.
I'm okay.
I was looking at the details and trying to figure
Yeah.
out if it was a cover or how
Right.
much. The address is on Alpine, which is like South First.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it's a bar or
Okay,
a house.
so that's a screen printing shop. I've been
Oh,
there.
nice. Okay, cool.
Yeah, Pilanda Z played over
Okay.
there before.
Yeah, and there's free drinks. We totally should have gone.
Oh,
It's free to get
free
in.
drinks?
Free drinks.
Oh, we should have gone, but you guys invited me for this, so that's why I show up. Here.
Comedy's more important than.
Hmm. Yeah, that's what I figure.
And plus, we checked out those bands. They were good. We can listen to them whenever.
Yeah.
But it seemed like a cool scene. I'm sure maybe they'll
Yeah.
have something else. And then
Yeah,
you
I
sent
like
me another
Stoner
thing
Rock.
today that you wanted to go to, the art
Huh?
on Instagram.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah.
I forgot what it is, but
But that's
Yeah, I
not
thought-
comedy. But
yeah,
it's
that- yeah,
open
that's not
mic.
coming- Yeah.
I'll bring a
right.
guitar and just do jokes while I play guitar.
Yeah, you should.
gotta try that.
Yeah, you should.
As long as they give me a
do
mic.
little Stephen Wright
I'm gonna
lines.
start doing poetry
Oh,
open
what was
mics
it?
and just do jokes and be the funniest guy there. Because I went to a non-comedy open mic and just twiddled my guitar and did my set.
All right, we're at 40 minutes. Let's take a break.
Okay.
Okay.
I need to go to the restroom. And we're back.
So Donna, you took Texas history when you were little in school?
Yeah, in Texas, when you're in Texas in school
Mm-hmm.
in 7th grade, you have to learn Texas history, like not even just America history,
Yeah.
but Texas history.
We didn't have that in Virginia. There was no Virginia history.
Yeah, but
Florida
because we're
kids in
but
school.
Texas,
Yeah.
we're our own country for 9 years. Did you know that?
I kind of had it. I kind of have to have it for my hometown.
Yeah.
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 You
Well,
had.
not really history, but like learning about like basic stuff.
Well, that's important. That's thousands of years.
Yeah.
Like real, actual cultural and history.
So did
Like you
you
could go to a place where that's been there for so long, and everybody can go on a field trip.
did
Here
you
we go
learn
to the Alamo from like 200 years ago.
So
Oh,
you
wow.
had Japanese history,
Yeah.
like history of Japan when you were in school.
Mm-hmm.
Did you learn about samurai
Yeah.
and feudal shogun,
Yeah.
all that
Yeah,
stuff?
it's a big. Yeah, I think that's a big part of it.
Was
Yeah,
it
probably.
dynasties? That's China's dynasties. What were the
What
eras?
is a dynasty?
The Ming Dynasty, where all the Ming vases came from.
Yeah.
There's different structures, power structures.
The
that came and
dynasty is like the ruling family. It's like
Yeah.
a whole dynasty.
went. Like we have a Trump dynasty right now.
Oh God,
They're
The Bush dynasty,
there's a
yeah.
Bush,
Wait,
Clinton dynasty.
like all the family.
Yeah.
yeah,
But,
like
yeah,
John
it
F.
was,
Kennedy.
Yeah. It was huge in Japan too.
Right,
I
yeah.
think it still is.
That's where the whole
Some part of
motto
it.
comes from. Of the grandfather
Mhm.
builds a tree for his grandson to be in the shade of it. People don't do that
Right.
here. We're like, fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids. Did you? So, did you learn? What was I saying? Crap. So did you learn? You like there's some like specific stories, like some like events that are really really big in history, right? Like what's the most important event that they teach you in history at school in Japan?
What's the 9/11 of Japan?
Yeah, what's the
Fukushima?
what's the Alamo of Japan?
Like Sekigahara, maybe Sekigahara is famous, or there's so many of it.
You have a Pledge of
know?
Allegiance. They have to say to the flag every day.
No.
Nobody
Yeah.
stands up and says the same thing.
Yeah.
all
So
together?
what's that about? I've been wondering about that thing.
It's like
I've
a-
never done it before.
It's like a cult.
I've never done it
You're
before.
declaring your
Yeah.
undying
Yeah.
devotion to the cause of America.
Yeah, it's kind of messed up. It happened. It actually the reason that we do it is because of communism, because they were so scared that what is it? I thought I turned this all down. Because they were so scared that like America was going to be taken over by communists. You got to you have to pledge allegiance to America and to like our system and how all that stuff works. That's why we have all that.
Well, that's because we had a depression. People here are starving, and they're like, "Oh, in Russia, you just gotta wait in line. You get bread free." It's great.
It's like, oh,
Compared to dying in the streets.
you mean it's the really, really rich people that are all the problem? So all we have to do is cut their heads off with a guillotine? You heard about that? You know about that, right? You learned about French Revolution,
Oh,
where they cut off everybody's head with
Marie
a guillotine.
Antoinette.
Yeah, Marie Antoinette. So in Texas, you know about Texas history, right? You know what the most important thing in the history of Texas
What is
is?
the Alamo?
The Alamo. That's right. Because that
See, it's so
You remember.
yeah,
it.
it's
You
so,
don't even have
it's
to
so
remember. it,
easy
you
to
remember.
just pick one thing, you know.
yeah.
Yeah.
When I was little, it was the Challenger exploded, and then Kurt Cobain died, and then
Yeah.
9/11. Those were big. Like I was 12, and then 16, and then to 20. They were big disasters.
Yeah,
I like how
that's-
Kurt Cobain's right in the middle.
Kurt Cobain flew the Challenger into
For-
the Twin Towers.
I don't know. There was Waco. There was the Timothy McVeigh blowing up the building. There's a few different like historical events that happened, right?
Oh, it's happening right now.
Is it-
Serial killer thing.
Yeah, serial killer in Austin,
Yeah.
like putting people in Town Lake.
That dude
Yeah.
was-
Yeah.
It's all male.
Why are they calling him a slasher? He's not slashing. It was slashing you with
Yeah.
water
Yeah.
in the mouth. Is the door open? There's a woman coming.
It's unlocked.
Okay, cool.
So were you in Japan during 9/11? You were, right?
I was in a high school.
You were in high school. What was that like? What did
Yeah, I
you
was
see it that
shocked.
day? Like,
Yeah, yeah.
did you watch it live?
They
Like
didn't
we
give a
watched
shit.
it
They're
live?
like,
So-
"Ha
So actually, I supposed to go to school,
Yeah.
but I decided to stay home because I wanted to watch the news.
Yeah, we got
Yeah.
the day off work.
You
We got
wanted to
day
watch
off
the
work
news
when
after
Jerry
it happened.
Garcia
No,
died,
not
too.
on the live. You know, when the president is gonna speech and stuff.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I decided to not to go to school because seems like historical thing is happening on live.
Yeah. Yeah. So I failed out of college for a
You went to
semester.
college?
Yeah, I went to college
Yeah.
for a semester and I didn't do very good because, like I said, I wouldn't get up early enough for my college classes.
Right, right.
So I was living back at home with my parents. I was 19 years old, and I was. So the night before, I went over to Jason's house to our friend Jason's house, and we watched the movie Hannibal.
Okay,
You know, like Hannibal Lecter,
I don't think
Just
so.
watching that.
Silence of the Lambs.
Red Dragon.
Yeah, we'll have to show you
Okay.
about that. So Hannibal Lecter is he's a
Oh,
serial killer.
はいはいはいはい。羊たちの沈黙ね。
Uh huh.
Is that that one?
Yeah.
羊たちの沈黙 that one?
Yeah, he eats people. He's a
Okay,
cannibal.
okay, okay,
yeah,
okay, okay, okay. Yeah, I love
How
that
did
movie.
you know that that's what that meant?
I assumed.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, I love that movie.
Figure out how
So-
to say cannibal in Japanese on the fly.
So we watched Hannibal, the movie Hannibal, which was the sequel, right? And then I had a dream that like Hannibal was chasing me. Hannibal Lecter was chasing me, and like it was like
You
a
are
kind of a
so,
scary dream,
yeah,
right?
Influenced.
And as I was like waking up from this kind of nightmare,
Yeah.
it was daytime, it was morning, and then my stepdad walked into my bedroom and he goes, "Somebody crashed planes into the World Trade Center in the Pentagon." I was like, that's how I woke up that day.
Oh
What a
wow.
shitty day. Your
Yeah.
Thanks,
stepdad
Dad.
told you about 9/11 after a murder nightmare.
Because I stayed up so late that I couldn't get up early that
Like
morning.
Garfield. I hate
And then
Mondays.
yeah, and then
Shitty.
and then yeah, we watched it all happen live. Like it was within an hour of the planes crashing that I was up and watching it all
Yeah.
or whatever. It's interesting to think of what it was like for people in other countries and things like that. Like because for you it was probably in the middle of the night whenever it happened, right?
I remember watching the news in the morning. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah, must be. Yeah, it must happen middle of the night.
Yeah, 'cause it was like
Because,
it was like 9:00 in the morning in New York. So
Yeah, but the
Okay.
Japanese planned the whole thing and sent them over, so she already knew.
no, it was a whale and a dolphin.
Yeah.
A whale and a dolphin didn't. You remember that episode of South Park?
South Park. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah.
There was just an article that said,
Christine-san.
Yeah.
Hey.
Christine-san, guess what? I love you. Oh, my favorite person in this whole planet.
yeah.
Oh, but no. Okay. I said it too much. I need to put Tiriko. and
Everybody-
my
Yeah, right.
kids and,
Everybody
my
keeps
mother
rubbing
and,
my
your
face and how
kids.
nice my wife is. Like, I know.
I need
We
to put
know.
those people first.
Right.
So there's an article that said Mexico accuses the Pentagon of spying, which I thought just everybody already knew we were all spying on them. Like, why do we need to get accused of spying? Like, America's already been spying on everybody forever. It should be understood by now. Like, yeah, we're being spied on by America.
It's been already
the
happening,
people who
right?
spy on everybody
Yeah.
all the
Yeah.
time.
China does it all the time. Yeah.
Everybody spies on everybody. It's the history.
I had a buddy that went to a military expo 20 years ago,